Get ready with me to go on a date while I answer some of your most frequently asked questions. We're going to start with our prenatal and our baby aspirin. Normally there would be a stool softener involved in that little cocktail, but since I'm going out into public, I just cannot trust that I would make it to a bathroom comfortably in time if I take my stool softener right now. I save those for nighttime. Yes, I can still drink my black coffee. So if we're confused why I said I'm going on a date, me and my son are having a son and mother day. I took the day off of work so that we could just spend some one-on-one time together before the baby gets here. Before, it used to be just he and I, and then I met Patrick, and then we had the baby. So I just don't ever want him to lose that connection. And as you know, having a toddler is time consuming. And if I'm in the same room as my daughter, she just simply can't understand why I wouldn't be giving my 110% attention to her. And she gets her feelings hurt sometimes. And it's really been a long time since me and my son just went out and did our own thing. We're gonna start with the most recent question that I get asked. Where did I work that I could just show up drunk and work all day drunk? Spoiler alert, I cannot say that for what I consider to be very obvious reasons. I will say that the job was not one that required me to interact with the public very often. It didn't even require me to interact with other people very often. I am no longer at this job. I am at a different job. I also would never say where I work on social media. My employer is aware of my history with alcoholism, so no, I am not worried about them stumbling upon my videos. They follow me. Another one I get, how did I get off Kratom? There is no easy way to get off of a substance. There are tools that can help you in the process. I posted a video about some supplements that were available if you are going to try to get off of Kratom. They're not drugs, they're not medication prescribed by a doctor. They're supplements, and they're meant to soothe you into that process. A lot of people unfollowed me and just got completely irate that I posted a video promoting a supplement. How I stopped using Kratom is I got into a car accident, totaled my car, broke my pelvis, and found out that I was pregnant. I stopped because I had to. And then once I had already gone through the withdrawals, which were monstrous, by the way, I just did not want to have to do that all over again because I knew that my fiance would not stay with me if I started using Kratom again. So to me, it was just a no-brainer. I'm off of it now. I'm still depressed and miserable in some ways. I do not want to go through this detox ever again. Where did I get my sunglasses that I am almost always wearing when I record in my car? I have tried so hard to find a link to them so that I can drop a link in my like to know or like in my little link box on TikTok. They are nowhere to be found. They are land sale. I got them at Costco. I went and looked for some more a few weeks ago at Costco, and they do still have them. These are in a different shape. They're like a cat eye. I'll probably end up buying them. And also they are prescription sunglasses. I can't see anything. I can't even see myself in the camera right now. Obviously I answered this in the beginning of the video, but is this my first pregnancy / baby? I have a 10-year-old, my son, whom I'm spending the day with today. He is from a previous marriage. I have a 2-year-old daughter with my current fiance. Do I go to AA? No, I do not go to AA. I did attend a couple meetings, both in person and online, after my relapse. Honestly, it's the people from AA on these platforms that made me think, wow, these are not people that I want to be associated with because they're the meanest, most hateful, judgmental, hypocritical, and self-righteous group of individuals that I think I've ever come across. I think that when you're in recovery, you should give yourself your best shot. So if you go to AA and it's working, keep going to AA. If you're new to recovery and you're curious about AA, absolutely go and check it out. And if you don't have time to go in person, which was my biggest issue, you can go to ones online and you don't have to be on camera. I actually might start doing those again because I find it really comforting to not be in person, but I still am able to listen and talk if I want to. My biggest gripe with some of the individuals in the AA culture is I think it's a terrible thing to tell someone fighting for their life that if they don't join this group of people, they're hopeless and they're going to relapse and their life is over. I just think that's actually insane to tell someone that if you don't do it my way, you're fucked. Those aren't the kind of people that I want to be around. But like all groups, that does not speak for everyone that goes to AA. When I went to AA, they were the kindest, nicest, most accepting, understanding group of people. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I actually wish that I did have more time to go. And for people that say, you have time, you make time, okay, well, I'm not gonna make time because I'd rather be home with my family. Being around my family reminds me of why I'm in recovery. And being with my family keeps me sober. I'm already away from my family a lot because I have to work full time. When am I getting married? I don't know. We honestly refer to each other as, oh, that's my husband, or that's my wife, or this is my wife, Amanda, this is my husband, Patrick, because we just forget that it's not like legally like recorded. We'll get married when we get around to it. It's probably gonna be a simple, most frequent question that I get in comments, in my DMs, and by the way, I'm terrible at answering DMs. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's not personal. I get overwhelmed because I feel like I need to give like a long paragraph answer, and I feel like I'm being rude and dismissive if I just like it or reply with one sentence. But I also acknowledge that by not answering at all, that's being dismissive. I'm trying to get better at it. I just get really overwhelmed. I get a lot of questions, just how did I stop drinking? How did I get out of this? How did I go from drinking all day, every day, showing up drunk to work, driving drunk, being drunk, basically my whole life for those 3 years? How did I go from that to this, being a sober mom and doing everything without alcohol or kratom? Again, there is no easy answer. I just stopped. I stopped because I got into the car accident and I found out that I was pregnant, and I relapsed after my daughter was born because I wasn't ready yet. If you want to hear my relapse story again, I can make another video, but I do have videos on my relapse. The short answer is I just suffered through it. The withdrawals were terrible. They were as bad as you would imagine them being pregnant with 3 fractures in your pelvis. After I relapsed, I didn't go through withdrawals too bad because my relapse lasted for a very short period of time, and I wasn't drinking all day like I had before. I was just sneaking them in where I could, and I relapsed on mouthwash, by the way. So sometimes it would be as simple as me getting ready for bed and just swallowing mouthwash just to get that feeling before I fell asleep. I was able to stop alcohol and turn that part of my life around because I love my family and I don't want to lose them. I know that's a very triggering answer, or it can be, and I want to be very clear on that. Your value as a woman or a man, whatever you identify with, has nothing to do with whether or not you have a partner and kids. I just speak on that because that's my experience. That's my life right now. And I would be lying if I said that I did it because I love myself. That's not the reason I did it. That's not the reason that I was able to get through all of that. I love my family. This is the family that I chose. It wasn't the family that I was born with. This is the family that I chose. And I have so much love and a sense of responsibility for them and their well-being, and guilt for not treating them that way in the past. My purpose right now is being the best mother I can be. And I'm sure that it will change and adapt as I get older and as I progress in my recovery. But right now, that is my anchor. That is what is keeping me sober. My kids' faces are what I see every time I think to myself, it would feel amazing to get plastered right now because I feel so shitty. You have to find something that is worth living for, even if you have to live in a more difficult way. Living sober is difficult, but living drunk and enslaved to a substance is more difficult. Life is going to be difficult. Choose the difficult with hope, with a future. Don't choose the difficult that leads you to a dead end, that leads you to hell on earth. If you're in the place and you're struggling and you need a reason to stop, start with yourself. This is kind of a controversial. The reason that you stop drinking or using is usually the same reason that you started. We drink, or at least I drank, because I liked the person I became when I drank, when it was in its sweet spot. Although I did a lot of deplorable things, disgusting things, as you know, there was a side of me that I enjoyed when I was drunk. And that is the same side of me and the same person that I am pursuing now, sober. Do it for yourself, not because you have to love yourself yet. You don't have to. Do it for yourself, for the hope of the you that you can become. If you're still here, there has to be something in your life that is keeping you. You're going to say it's alcohol, or it's drugs, or it's kratom, or it's this, or it's that. Fine. You will find other things that will keep you here. I promise you. It doesn't have to be a kid. You don't have to have kids. Don't have kids if you don't want kids. Kids are difficult. Relationships suck sometimes. They're difficult. You don't have to have any of that. Start with you. Maybe you have a cat or a dog that relies on you to feed it every day. Start with that.